back here. We are with Mike Harrell. It's that segment that we're answering all your burning car questions, all things to Harrell Automotive. Mike, welcome back.
Don't use burning in car questions in the same
No,
sentence.
that's true. That is true. That's
Should
true.
knock that off.
We've
Okay.
got a couple great questions today. Let's get right to them. Susie H. writes, why does my car squeal at me when I start it first thing in the morning? It's about the only time it consistently happens. It's a 2017 Subaru Forester with just over 114,000 miles on it. My brother says my belt needs to be sprayed with a quietening agent. I'm hesitant. Can this be the fix?
Well, Susie, at about 7 years old and over 100,000 miles, I'm not an advocate for spraying anything on your serpentine belt, which is what I think you're talking about there. The actual product is called belt dressing.
Oh.
And it's something we used years ago. Today's belts, I would not recommend spraying anything on it at 100,000 miles or over. I'd just replace the belt. It's
Sure.
a good time. It's a maintenance item. It's a good time to perform that maintenance.
And not a terrible expense either, I wouldn't imagine.
No, not a terrible expense. And I do find that belt dressings cause that belt to slip a little bit potentially. And we don't want that to happen when we have an electrical load on our alternator, and then the AC load. The load on the motor from the AC compressor as well is run by that belt. We want to make sure that it is good, proper, and tight.
Yeah. So Susie, bring that car in and they'll switch out your belt and you'll be in good shape.
And likely that's what's causing the squeak, just an old belt?
More than likely, at that many miles, there could possibly be a tensioner or another pulley that's got some glazing or some rust built up on it or is starting to seize, but typically we find it's just the belt.
Yeah, why would it only be first thing in the morning?
It's cold.
It's colder.
Yeah.
Things contract when they're colder. It is rubber, so as it heats up, it's going to expand a little bit.
Okay.
And it might gain a little bit more traction.
Interesting. All right, I love this next question from
Yeah.
Holden. He says, I'm 16. I love everything cars. I eat, sleep, and breathe mechanical type things. I really want to become an auto mechanic. What can I do now to set up for when I graduate high school that can get me a job fixing cars?
Well, Holden, that sounds like me at 16. I was just into taking things apart and putting them back together. How to get into the automotive industry. Trade schools are phenomenal. We sit on a couple of boards through the shop, through Harrell Automotive. We sit on a couple boards at East High and the Erie County Vocational School for their automotive programs. Those are awesome programs to get some general knowledge and then get into the trade. There's other trade colleges you can attend as well to get some accreditation and some knowledge. Really, I would try getting into a trade school. I'm not sure what high school you go to, Holden, but at 16, you have access to East High and also Erie County Vocational School, and I'm an advocate for both of those.
Yeah. And now, is there anything like that he could get into now hobby-wise, or is that really just like at your home tinkering around, like you said when you were a teen?
Pretty much at 16 years old, my friends started getting cars, and I just started, yes, I could probably fix that. So I would tinker at fixing this or that. Certainly not the way it should have been done back then, but I didn't know what I didn't know. Getting your hands dirty, getting into a shop as well, they can give you some training. Our shop, I know, does have required training for our technicians, but then there's also training that they can go out and get themselves on their own time that we do provide as well. Boy, hands-on experience is about the best way.
Do you ever have any young people that come to you and just want to like maybe shadow for the day or for a few hours to kind of see what it's like? And are you open to that? We
have had a few, both through the schools and independently. Kids come through and shadow our technicians as either a group or individually. We do have a program, and I would encourage you to take a look at our Facebook page, Harrell Automotive. It will be on there. We have a program coming up where we're taking kids from East High and the Erie County Vocational School, their automotive program, and giving them some real-world hands-on experience. It is after hours. It is with some of our technicians at our shop that are ASE certified. They're all very well trained, and they want to give these kids a little taste of what it's actually like working in the field. Because it's different in the classroom setting than it is in an actual shop.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Exciting. Well, thanks, Mike, and good luck to you, Holden.
Yes.
Hopefully you get that job someday.
Check in with Mike. We'll be right back.